Welcome to Ask M episode 9. This is my nutritional therapy office, and so I wanted to show it off to you guys today and kind of give you a tour and then let you know what I want to do is just make sure that you guys kind of understand what nutritional therapy is, because it's been very powerful for my life and for my clients. And I think that sometimes you can work out as hard as you want and you can eat all the right foods, and sometimes still things are off. And so that's when I got into nutritional therapy earlier this year. So I graduated from Nutritional Therapy Association in October, and I'm just really grateful that I did, because I wanted to learn about issues like adrenals. I wanted to learn about the thyroid. I wanted to learn about in-depth issues that just general fitness and exercise and guidelines of meal plans, they just can't tap into that. And so me becoming a practitioner has been amazing, because I have seen great results with people who have been stuck in bad energy, who have been exhausted, who have had a chronic hip pain, who have had digestion issues. I'm seeing such great results, especially with athletes that are having trouble firing certain muscles. You can actually tell through muscle testing what muscles are firing because of a certain organ. And so it's really cool when you support a certain organ that you're actually benefiting the muscle that the athlete's having trouble with. And so it's really powerful. It's very cool. And so anyway, this is my office. I want to give you a tour. First of all, this bamboo is so cute. This is for my mom. My birthday is, well, I guess when you see this, it will have passed, but my birthday's tomorrow. So she gave me 7 lucky bamboos, even though she knows my number's 8. She said 7 is for all the health you're bringing to the world. How cute is that? So this is my birthday present for my mom. And this is the guy who's filming this, Blake. Say hi.
Hey.
He is a great photographer, and so he sells these. Where do you sell these at?
Fineartworld.com.
Fineartworld.com. I love this picture. Where did you take this?
That one's in Rocky Mountain National Park.
Oh, I love Rocky Mountain National Park. Which lake is that? Bear Lake?
It is Bear Lake.
I just snowshoed that.
No way.
Yeah, I did. That's
awesome.
So cool. Okay, so anyway, I'm very organized, which is very rare for me. So I want to kind of show you how we're going to go through some Ask M's and what we're going to talk about today. So each of these little cubicles is actually an organ. So these are supplements that help stomach and any kind of digestive issue. This is for liver. This is for small intestine. So we have some glutamine. We have probiotics. This is for pancreas. And this is for people that are dealing with blood sugar issues, hypoglycemic, hyperglycemic, insulin resistance. This is for people that are dealing with some sort of infection. So we have really great oregano. We have some great bacterial fighting things. We have good fatty acids. This is my favorite fatty acid, by the way. It's really great. This is what you should get for your challenge. Some Young Living oils, which I love. Don't look at my nails, they're terrible. I'm a distributor for Young Living, but I'm not like a hefty pusher. So if you want to know more, I can tell you. This is really important. This is all for the adrenals. And then down here, large intestine. So anytime you have really irregular bowels, which is always fun to talk about. And then minerals. And then finally, brain and flower essences. It's kind of like Bach flower for your brain, for stress, for anxiety. And so this is kind of my working cubicle that I work with patients on. And so what I want to talk to you guys about, and this was a question. Hold on. Okay. So my question, the reason I'm here, and this was inspired by you, BLARU82. Blaru82 on Instagram. They asked, how do you use charcoal? I know it's a staple in your fanny pack. So bummed I just missed your Periscope. #AskM. So one, I'm going to do a Periscope after this, but I would say, let's just talk about the stomach. And so these are kind of my supplement go-tos for the stomach. There's a few things that people come to me with stomach issues. And it's not, when you say your stomach hurts and you're holding right here, that's not your stomach. Your stomach, take your right hand and put it under on your left rib cage. This is your stomach right here. And so if you're feeling distress here, that bloating and cramping, that's small intestine, but a lot of that can originate because of something happening in your stomach. And so there's a few things that I wanted to talk about today. One is not getting enough stomach acid. So 90% of us are hypochloritic, which basically means that we are very low in stomach acid. And that's very counterintuitive because most doctors say that we are too high in stomach acid, and they put us on blockers that actually block stomach acid from being released, which can cause problems. So what happens when someone is on acid reflux medication is they take it, your stomach stops producing stomach acid, and you're probably going to be on that for the rest of your life, because as soon as you go off of it, your body is not going to know how to deal with it. And so this is not for general recommendations for someone that's on stomach acid medication, but just to explain what happens if your stomach acid is not acidic enough. And so if all the food that you just ate is rolling around in your stomach and this thing called chyme and it's moving, if it's not acidic enough for your body, the pyloric valve, which enters into the small intestine to finally start to absorb the food and the nutrients, it won't open. And so it gets kind of stuck there and it'll build up, and then that's when we start seeing some acid reflux issues. So for people that have acid reflux, this is, I really think you should heal first before doing this, but a lot of us do really well with betaine plus or some sort of stomach HCl. I like betaine because it's high, and so a lot of times you'll get HCl and it's only like 200 milligrams, but this is 750 milligrams per capsule with pepsin, and that's a really great thing for people that are bloating, who are burping after meals all the time. That's not a normal thing, is to have a lot of burping after meals, and so this is something that can really help move that food along and make sure you're digesting it appropriately. The cool thing about HCl is that when you start taking it, and you can also use some apple cider vinegar, not always in replacement, but a lot of times in replacement, you can start to absorb zinc. And so minerals are really hard for you to digest and absorb, especially if you don't have enough stomach acid. And so people that aren't having enough stomach acid, what that means is they're not getting the vitamins and minerals, even if they're getting the best amounts of foods and the greatest burgers and the biggest salads. If they're not digesting appropriately, your body's not going to be able to assimilate. And so then that's a really great one for digestion. So then moving on to enzymes. And so these are three enzymes that I like. I haven't tried this one yet, but this one's my favorite, this Garden of Life. So enzymes are great because there's things that are in it that are going to help you figure out, if you have random cramping or random stomach upset, it's really great for you to kind of take. And especially, I take this if I accidentally have dairy because it has lactase in it. So there's a carb digesting enzyme, there's a protein digesting enzyme, and then a fat digesting enzyme. So we have lipase, we have things like bromelain, which is like protecting protease, and then amylase. And all of those are basically trying to get your body to absorb and properly digest food. And so that's why I like enzymes. There are a lot of times where some people don't do well with enzymes, and so they actually just do better with betaine. Then they try some enzymes, and then it does good. But I just feel like the majority of us, we eat so quickly that we don't actually absorb our food. And so then this ties into charcoal. So charcoal, this is the last thing I'll talk about, and the question that she asked was that I carry it with me a lot. And I used to carry it with me all the time. And I usually do charcoal only when I have a cheat meal. So charcoal is a really powerful, it's activated charcoal, and so it highly absorbs any toxins in your bloodstream, in your body, and it's just like this really powerful thing. But at the same time, if you're depending on charcoal to help you with stomach upset, and you're depending on charcoal to get you through some cramping, and it's a regular thing in your diet, that means something else is going on. So charcoal is my last resort. So I'll always make sure I'm having HCl. I'm making sure I have some raw enzymes, so digestive enzymes if I'm going to cheat especially. And then if I know I'm for sure going to cheat and I had too much to drink or I had too much gluten-free bread, then I'll try a charcoal. The thing with charcoal is that it makes me very irregular. So I go through stages, like if you have too much charcoal, it makes you constipated, and then it gives you the opposite effect. And so just be careful with charcoal. It's kind of a when you need it thing, when you're traveling, when you're not sure what you're eating, etc. But I do prefer these two, the enzymes and the HCl. Okay, and then the last thing I want to talk about is what you should do when you're about to cheat. And so we have Christmas coming up. We have a lot of New Year's parties coming up. And so my biggest thing for you guys is to make sure you're getting enough chromium, whether that's supplementation or not, and make sure you're eating a ton of vegetables and actually absorbing them. So hopefully if you need HCl, take some HCl. And then I really like, this is my cheat. This is called Histoplex. And so when I eat something that I know I shouldn't, I actually take this Histoplex, and it's an antihistamine, and it actually changes my flexibility. So let me show you, actually. This is really cool. All right, so I'm gonna touch my toes, Blake, and I'm gonna stop where I feel the stretch. And I haven't ate that bad, but if I eat really bad, this gets really bad. So this is kind of where I am right here. But if I put Histoplex in my mouth, and this is kind of a piece of what I do with my clients. Oh, it tastes so bad. Oh my God, it's so bad. And then you just wait a couple seconds. And then look how much further I can get. Can you see that? It's like crazy. This is horrible. I'm gonna drink some of this real fast. Whew. It tastes terrible, but basically that's saying your body, when it is under allergic tension, so if you're eating things you're not supposed to, or if you're in a lot of stress, this is so bad. You don't always have to taste it. You can just swallow it, but tasting it gives you that immediate effect. If your body is under some sort of allergic tension, then it's gonna be tighter. And so flexibility can actually increase when you take an antihistamine. And then I need to figure out, what did I eat to cause my body to react? Okay, so anyway, over Christmas, you're probably gonna eat a lot of things that you're not supposed to. So that's a really cool way to show what that can do to your body. So make sure that you're getting as many nutrients as you can through food, through juicing, through chromium to help with blood sugar. Digest your food by taking apple cider vinegar shots or taking HCl, digestive enzymes. If you need to, you can take charcoal. And then if you want to play around with some more allergy testing on yourself, there's this thing called Histoplex or quercetin, and you can see what your body's reacting to. And that's how I test for food sensitivities and allergies with my clients. It's really cool. All right, this is Ask Em episode 9. My name is Emily Schromm, and I am a nutritional therapy practitioner, CrossFit coach, personal trainer, and this is my office. And so if you guys like these kind of things, please keep asking questions around this. So just hashtag Ask Em and make sure that you get your questions in by next Wednesday. All right, cool. I'll see you guys later.